Well, according to this, I should be on. Oh, so I'm live now somewhere, doing something completely different. Of course. Of course. Hey, guys. Oh, so I'm live. Okay, this is retarded. I don't even know what the hell to say about this. All right, so I'm live streaming to a completely different freaking podcast. Sorry. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to do all of this stuff at some other day. And, wow, just seriously, guys, anybody who can give me some kind of help, show me a video or something where I can try and figure out how to do a halfway decent upload, live stream, it would be helpful. It would be really helpful. All right, guys, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This wasn't the greatest episode. By that I mean, when you've got all these incredible episodes all around, and then you got this one. I mean, there's only 3 more episodes left after this one at this point, and thank God, no more breaks in between, unless an earthquake happens at ABC Studios. But yeah, this is the 4th of 4 more episodes. Anyway, I'm really flustered right now because all the problems with the live streaming. Okay, so first off, we got to see Daisy reborn. Now, we saw her all, cocooned up before, and now to see her reborn, it's like the word when I was watching, I literally said to myself, that is freaking majestic. All right? Like Rocket Raccoon would say, except he didn't say friggin'. It's seriously, like the way that she acts and everything, she is just spot on. Yeah, forget about it, man. I loved seeing her, like what a great chance to see her for the second time become an Inhuman, an activated Inhuman. We got to see Zach McGowan is back, and like I predicted, I think we all pretty much figured it out. He's going to be an LMD. Yes, he is an LMD, and that's very interesting that she built him, she coded him, and he is still incapable of killing. Even Coulson, who he hates more than anybody else in the world. Hates more than the doctor who slapped his ass the day he was born. You know what I'm saying? Like, hates him and couldn't even draw the slightest bit of blood on his throat. That was pretty impressive. That was sick. So it's ingrained in her program to not be able to override that program by any means. That's pretty cool. So Radcliffe did some serious programming, and he really thought several steps ahead. Didn't think enough steps ahead because he's stuck in the freaking mainframe at this point. But he was given an offer that maybe he can't refuse. So I'm wondering how that's going to work out for him exactly. I wonder if there's a way that I can check to see if anybody's asking me anything. Because, God help me. Just God help me, man. I have no idea how any of this is supposed to friggin' work. So, come on, surf a little faster. Maybe I can take a sneak peek at my own live stream. No, I can't see myself. I can't see myself. It's like the weirdest thing. Let me just see, because I'd really hate it for people to be asking me questions and I'm just sitting here like a total dope. Oh, shoot. I think that was... Oh, wait, there we go. That's me. Okay. And let me just turn off that volume in advance. Okay, cool. And no questions. Plus, I'm late. Okay, so questions or comments. I'm totally cool with them. Anyway, so what do we have? Anyway, yeah, Zach McGowan, to finish off on that. I'm really disappointed in not Zach McGowan's performance. He's spot on. I remember, again, anybody who remembers when he first made his initial appearance on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I was extremely excited. I was just like, wow, it's Zach McGowan. That's the guy from Black Sails. And spoilers, if you didn't watch season 3 of Black Sails, he dies. I think it was the 8th of 10 episodes. And it was really messed up, really sad. And wow, for a character who you just loved to hate, man, oof, he could do a turn like anybody else. And just like, I'm the character you love the most. Now I'm the character you want to see die. Now you love me again. And literally, we're just like, yes, master. He was that good. He could control the audience that well. And now, great, but he's got to learn how to pick a better script, because I'm very disappointed in this role for him. I'm very disappointed in Marvel, in Disney, in ABC, in everything involved in this, that they gave him such a weak role. Just like you have Zach McGowan, and you're just dumping this crappy role on him. He better pull out some serious ninja stuff later on. I'm talking about like acting ninja stuff. Anyway, so yeah. And I just hope it turns into something halfway decent. Sunil Bakshi. Sunil Bakshi is back. If you remember him, he was in season 2. And I'm trying to remember, I think Ward killed him. Ward killed him, if I'm remembering correctly. And he was an annoying rat of a character then. He's back to be another annoying rat of a character. That's pretty cool that they totally pulled him off like that. Yes, thank you. Confirmation. Ward killed him. So, what do you call it? Double confirmation. Anyway, so we're good? We're good? All right, guys, thank you. Anyway, I'm expecting somebody to be a total smartass right now and throw in another one. Yeah, by the way, Ward killed him. But yeah, it was cool seeing him back again, because they did say that we were going to see a whole bunch of characters again that we hadn't seen in a long time, and I wasn't expecting him. So that was actually pretty cool to see him just kind of pop up again. 3 more episodes, and by the by, this episode was All the Madam's Men. Excuse me, for crying out loud. And then the next episode is called Farewell, Cruel World. After that, The Return. I don't know what's up with that. And then World's End. So I guess they're going to finally blow up the framework or do something else with it. I don't know. But I'm interested to see that Radcliffe was given a deal that he can't refuse, as I was saying before. So, what are we going to do about that? I want to say that he's not going to kill or, give them the information. But I also wanted to say that he wasn't going to allow his girl to die. When Ada showed up with Fitz. I wanted to say that Fitz wasn't going to do this. And these guys are getting pretty good at messing with us, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is getting really good with that. So, do I think that he's going to turn? Honestly, with 3 episodes left, okay, you know what? I'm formulating this as I go. With 3 episodes left, I think that he is going to turn on them. But it's going to be a double turn. And as long as they can get a couple things, I think that he's going to finally do a heroic sacrifice. And he's going to do a double turn and then done. It's going to wind up screwing everything up for Ada and everybody in there. Speaking of which, hold on really quick. His father, this is something I didn't write down. I saw an image for the next episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Goodbye, Cruel World, where it looks like, what's her name? Gemma Simmons, is standing there with a pistol held at Fitz's father's face. Fitz's father's face, Fitz's father's face, Fitz's father's face. Can I do it 10 times fast? No, but 3 times. That wasn't bad. So, Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Anyway, so, yeah, is she actually going to pull the trigger? Can she? See, because that's a big deal right now. We saw that she didn't care about the people, quote-unquote, of this world. Yet, she did start to realize that the deal with Hope and Mac is real, you know? So, will she actually kill? You know what? I want to be able to say no, but maybe, you know what? Maybe, like, she will kill him. And, you know, just like Fitz wound up pulling the trigger before, maybe she'll pull the trigger. At the same time, maybe it'll be Fitz who shoots the father, you know? Maybe he'll say something like, you know, because you know what? The father today just said, you don't know me, to Dr. Radcliffe. And just before that, Fitz has said, the episode before, last week's episode, said, I guess none of you know me, which we didn't. So maybe now Fitz's father will say, nobody knows you like me, son. Say, you don't know me at all. Bang! And he'll shoot him. Okay. That's going to be my solid prediction right now. I'm gonna try and stick with that one. Speaking of which, Ada, man, that's what I was talking about before. This is what I wrote down. Ada is more Ultron than Ultron was in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. I was personally disappointed with Avengers: Age of Ultron. It was still good. There was so many really good scenes in there, amazing scenes, but you could tell that Joss Whedon was tired of all of the rigmarole and just everything that he was stuck doing. And he was just way too tired to keep on doing that. You could see he was exhausted when he was on the red carpet. He's like, I did a lot of stuff, and you could hear his voice. He was exasperated, and just he was done. He even quit Marvel and went over to DC now. He's about to start. He's going to be working on the treatment and everything for a Batgirl movie, which I think will be better suited towards him, because I know that he was pushing to do a Black Widow and Black Widow movie. I mean, when you think about who Joss Whedon is, I know it's kind of off the topic a little bit, but Joss Whedon is the guy who makes strong female characters. He did Alias, all right, which was Jennifer Gardner, and she was a very powerful character. He did Buffy, you know, which just, hello. He did Firefly and Serenity, which are both basically the same thing. Just one's a TV show, one's a movie. They're both the same story for the most part. Extremely strong female characters. And, you know, like everything he does, he makes really strong female characters. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has become pretty good now. I agree, Raul. I agree. What was I just saying about Avengers 2, Age of Ultron? Joss made Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow, made her not as strong as he usually makes his female characters, you know? She was more of the love interest, and she was a strong, badass love interest who put Banner in his place. He was like, I can't give you kids, and she's basically like, what makes you think I want to have kids? Like, that's Joss Whedon, man. He does stuff like that, but he got so burnt out that for the most part, the most that she really contributed to the whole movie, Avengers 2, was, you know, okay, Hulk, I'm going to touch your hand, and you're not going to be green anymore. Like, come on, man. Come on, that's not the Scarlet Witch. It's never been the Scarlet Witch. It never should have been the Scarlet Witch. So I could tell why he was so burnt out. So good. I hope that he's really happy with doing Batgirl, and I promise you he's going to have so much success with that, because he's doing what he loves to do, making those strong female leads. Got to do what you're good at. In the meantime, this is the Ultron, Ada. She is the Ultron that we wanted to see, that we needed to see, because like just her, she's trying to become human. In Age of Ultron, the trailers that they gave us were, you know, this very creepy, scary as hell. Like, I was freaked out a little bit, you know, seeing the trailers with Ultron, you know, and the voice that he used during the trailers, and all those scenes were still there. But then the other scenes that were added, and also he was cracking jokes, you know, saying and things like that. He had a quick dark moment where he pulled off Andy Serkis's arm, his right arm, ripped that off. What was it? He's playing Claw. He's going to be Claw, Ulysses Claw, in Black Panther too. I'm sure he's going to be in there. He's got to be. I think I actually saw his name, but maybe that's just wishful thinking. He winds up turning into a creature made entirely of sound, and he gets a vibranium radar dish. I'm sure they're not going to do a radar dish in the Black Panther movie, but for the most part, and that's where everything, including his body's structural integrity, is located, is around there. But anyway, just point. Ada in here is exactly what Ultron should have been in Age of Ultron. So yeah, I love, like, when she got blown out that window and she's still playing with Fitz's emotions. Like, she got sent out and she had to wake up, and come back to the real world and talk to Zach McGowan. Thank God Zac Efron's not in here. Anyway, but then she went back in and she acted like she was paralyzed. That was amazing. That was really amazing. I love that. So now it's playing with Fitz's emotions more. I want to come back with you. Boom. She's like, oh, that pleases me. I was hoping you would say that. Man, that's the kind of manipulations that I want to see. She shouldn't even be Ada. She should be Jocasta, for crying out loud. But no, Ada. This is pretty much what Ada did in the Squadron Supreme comic books, the 12-issue miniseries. Who wrote that? Guggenheim? Can't remember his name right now. Anyway, I'll remember it as soon as I push, turn off the live stream. In the meantime, she's excellent at this. She's absolutely excellent at this. She should get some kind of an award for this role that she's playing right now. Last thing I've got here is the Patriot Speech, where he mentions alternative facts. Wow. Wow. I like that they threw that in there. Marvel usually doesn't have a problem getting political, and they're owned by, the ABC is a part of Disney, and it's just this huge umbrella corporation, and they got a whole bunch of, everybody's, on the same page there. It's all the established media, the establishment, for the most part. But yeah, I love how they've got no problems just literally throwing that in there. Hey, alternative facts. I'm still waiting to see if, and it doesn't look like they will, in the Marvel Comics, they were actually planning on making a Donald Trump version of MODOK, which I wish I had the picture right here, but he's basically this gigantic head with little tiny arms and little tiny legs, and he's been around since the 60s. I think right when Captain America got his own comic. Red Fly, I'm going to get right on that, baby. I'm going to get right on that. You should have seen my last podcast, but I'll go into it a little bit now. I don't mind staying on all night. I don't care. But seeing MODOK, seeing a Donald Trump version of MODOK is crazy to me. MODOK was first invented to control the cosmic cube, and he went crazy trying to translate all of that data so the AIM agents who created the cosmic cube, on the first cosmic cube on Earth, to actually function, which is part of the Secret Empire. The cosmic cube is Kobik, the one who changed Steve Rogers into Hydra Cap. But oof. so to have a freaky looking creature who is the epitome of crazy, and then to slap Donald Trump's face on it. They actually did pictures you can find if you look up MODOK, MODOK. It's actually an acronym, mechanized organism designed only for killing, MODOK. So yeah, that's who Disney and all that stuff is. That's wow. That's nuts. So just them saying that in here is pretty crazy. That's all I've got for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Red Fly, what do you think about Secret Empire? I love Secret Empire. I'm going to collect the whole thing and put it to the side. In fact, I've got to try and figure out this stupid live stream thing a little bit better with my XSplit software, because I set up a live stream and I'm doing a different live stream now, which actually infuriates me to almost no end. I've got to figure out how to do this live stream, and necessity is the mother of all invention, right? So if anybody can send me some kind of video or some kind of script, whatever, that has advice, put in the comments or the chat, whatever. I really need to learn how to use this stuff better. And if you know a program or excuse me, a tutorial that I can use, I would very much be very grateful. But Secret Empire, I gave an entire rundown of how we got to the Secret Empire issue 0, which just came out this week. And I went all the way back to the first Cosmic Cube, which was actually in the Shi'ar Empire, to the first Cosmic Cube, as I just briefly touched on now. I went into how the Falcon, Sam Wilson, became the Falcon, how the Red Skull actually used the Cosmic Cube to change him to become who he is, how the first Cosmic Cube became sentient, Cubic was its name, and how this Cosmic Cube, when it was broken down to 8 parts the very first time, all that crazy stuff. I went into exasperating detail. I think that's podcast number 18, yes. And this coming Saturday at noon, I will have I'll figure this out, Hell or High Water, a live podcast at noon on Saturday. I'm starting to kind of like the live podcast thing. If only I could have it go to the event that I scheduled. But I'm going to be doing a top 10 list of who I believe are the most powerful, well-skilled martial artists between the Marvel and DC universe. I'll do my top 10 of all there, which ones are from DC, which ones are from Marvel, and why I put them in the list that I did. I'm also going to be giving away a couple of comic codes. I'm going to ask a couple questions. I haven't figured out what the questions are yet, but I don't know if it'd be fair to do them all about Secret Empire, but I'll see what I can do. I'll try and mix up a couple, fairly easy questions, and whoever gets the questions right in the chat first, I will get down your information and send you comic codes. However it works in the comics, when you buy the comics and you get the free digital codes in there, yeah, I'll get your email or some kind of contact information and send you the code. I don't know how many I'll be giving out. Depends on how many I get. Recently that I stopped using, I have the one from Secret Empire 0, and actually I don't know if Batman number 21 has it or not. I just got my lenticular cover for that one with the Flash and Batman and the button from the Watchmen. So whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do about that, and then we'll just literally shoot the crap for a little while. I'm going to be celebrating 500 subscribers. I currently have 498. So I'm expecting 2 more, at least by Saturday, and then boom, done. So if there are no more questions, then I'm going to cut out. Just what do I think about Secret Empire? I freaking love it. It's amazing. I'm so shocked beyond belief at how good it is. Captain America is actually my favorite. I had to look down real quick to see what shirt I'm wearing, Spider-Man. Captain America is my favorite character. He's been my favorite character for several years now. Actually, after I got out of the military. Go figure. It wasn't before. But yeah, I love Captain America. I was disappointed when he became a Hydra agent. I'm like, this has to be some kind of a ploy. But no, it turned out to be real. And I didn't send any death threats to Nick Spencer, the author of all that stuff. It was just, it is what it is. And I just went with it. And I had to think to myself, yeah, this is something that Jack Kirby would have absolutely done with his character. He created Captain America, so with Simon. Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. So what do I think about the new characters in Marvel? I do not have a problem with that, Red Fly. By the new characters, I am in love with Riri. I absolutely love Riri Williams. Like I actually do a review for all of the Invincible Iron Man comics, and I love her character. She was kind of shoehorned in. They did not give her nearly enough breathing space, to settle in before she was indoctrinated into being the new Iron Man. But I like that Iron Man himself, Tony Stark himself, like it's not just an AI of him. it's actually him. It's like his artificial ghost, that he made himself. It is Iron Man, who is her mentor. I mean, that's like the perfect one. I've loved Miles Morales as the Ultimate Spider-Man. He didn't replace Peter Parker. He replaced him in the Ultimate Universe, but the way that it happened was perfect. That the whole thing, like, oh, this is in bad taste. Brian Michael Bendis, I think, handled that so expertly, and I love his character now. I love him in The Champions. The Champions are pretty much entirely composed of new characters, except for Cyclops. He's the same character, just not. He's still Scott Summers. I love Miss Marvel. I don't know how you can't love Miss Marvel. I have an extra special interest in her because she's from New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. But no, seriously, like, I love. In fact, can you see it? You might be able to see her. I actually just got the figure for Miss Marvel. Paid about $10 Canadian over retail price, but worth it to me because I never saw her on sale before. My comic book store happened to have her. Jane Foster, I didn't want to like it, but the way that they're pulling that story out is absurdly amazing. I mean, like, we're finding out more about Mjolnir than we ever knew about her before. And Thor, like, him becoming unworthy. I don't know if you read those 5 issues of Unworthy Thor, or if you just go back and look at my reviews. I did a review for all of them. It really fleshed Thor out so much more. Those first 10 issues of the new Mighty Thor, all new, all different Thor, I think it was, just the Mighty Thor. It really fleshed Thor out, so it did so much for him. I don't know how you cannot love Laura Kinney, X-23. Sam Alexander, that I understand. I understand how people would be upset that Richie Rider was gone, but Richie Rider is back, and he's mentoring Sam Alexander. I think it's perfect because Sam Alexander has the black Nova Corps helmet. That's the elite, so he's actually more powerful than Richard Rider, but Rider knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So even with lesser power, it's like, dude, allow me to teach you the ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's able to defeat monsters that Sam can't, and Sam's got pure raw power. It's kind of like the difference between if you ever seen or read the Dresden File books, Jim Butcher, right there, it's like he's got amazing power but no control. And then you look over at somebody like John Constantine in DC. He's got almost no power for the most part, but his control and his knowledge of the occult puts him above Zatanna in many regards, So, like, I love the diaspora between the two like that. But for the most part, look, after, this is going to be in 2018, but after Secret Empire is over, they've already announced what the next Marvel event is, and they're all going to be small events all throughout 2018. Secret Empire is going to be the last, I think I said Civil War before. Secret Empire is actually going to be the last big event that Marvel does before until 2019. But they are still going to do events. They're just going to be very small events. But Generations, which is coming up, is going to not return everybody to normal, but is going to return everybody. And that includes Wolverine, James Howlett, young man Logan-ish. Like, he won't be... Old Man Logan may still be around. I don't know what they're going to do with him. The Maestro was actually supposed to come in 4 more issues of Old Man Logan. Issue 21 just dropped, so issue 25, the Maestro is actually about to come in. But with... what do you call it? Regular Wolverine is supposed to come back with that Legacies thing. I keep saying Legacies, the Generations event, and it's supposed to be permanent, and he's back. I believe Thor is supposed to get his hammer back, and for the most part, everything's supposed to go back to normal, which means Cap is going to come back to normal. He'll be fixed. So, aside from that, anyway, guys, I think that's good. This is very far away from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Make sure you guys stop by for my podcast, 500 subscriber anniversary, win a prize, a digital comic, and what do you call it? Yeah, just top 10 list of best fighters, my opinion, my own personal list, top 10 best fighters between Marvel and DC, and just talking like this. All right, guys, and more good stuff in the chat. Anyway, guys, love, peace, and hair grease. Professor Bell, Comic Book University, class dismissed. Yeah, I'm going to get to canceling this thing in just a moment. Here we go.